Hola, bon dia, alegria. Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, live stream and podcast. And I am delighted to share with you. It's official because it's in the paper and it's on the internet. It's not on TikTok, of course. It is Green and Red Monday. Now, I'll go into some of the reasons for that and share that a little bit more about this with you. As our main news story of the day. It was a tough and tight one. Who doesn't love a tough and tight one first thing in the morning? And then he went with the Portuguese's clickbaity, salacious, scandalous tax-related headline on his latest video. Actually, it was his latest video when I saw it yesterday, but he's probably made 3 or 4 since then. It was this that he was talking about yesterday. I wonder if I press the button if it'll play. Can you hear this?
Bom dia, Portugal, tudo bem? This is Portugal set to follow Spain's lead with a hefty tax on British holiday homes. Let's check it out.
He's good, he's good, he's good, he's good.
Wicked. Right, so that was the Portugueser drawing us into that, news baity, clickbaity. Oh, thank you very much, Black Coffee on Green and Red Day here in Portugal, not Blue Monday here in Portugal. Back to that in just a moment. After we've said a few hellos, it's a very interesting morning, I think. It's a very interesting day. Coach Turner was in first. Great to see you on Friday, Coach. Bom dia, Gumpas e Feliz Segunda. Como estão? Off to collect granddaughters from school later. The older one will be off to big school in September. They grow up so quickly. Thank you very much, Coach, for the update. I am asking everybody, and this is connected with Green and Red Monday here in Portugal, for 3 things you're grateful for your life here in Portugal. You can get them in now if you like. I will show you mine if you show me yours as well. Bon dia. Just 3 things. Don't need to go into too much detail, but you can if you want, and you can send pictures on this Green and Red Monday to 913-590-303 as well. But just 3 things. It could be 3 words. The 3 things you're grateful for here in Portugal. Today, right now. Bon dia, morning greetings. Morning gets. That's a Sheffielder's. All right, your morning gets. Morning greetings from a chilly and moist Mino. It's a moist one this morning. Happy Monday. A chilly Mino or a moist. It's both chilly and moist Mino. Happy Monday and a great week ahead. The nice emojis there. Tony time. A man in the Mino. Always great to hear from you, Tony. And my greeting earlier on. It is Bon dia Verde Vermelho this morning. Pedder's in as well with a reminder. Is there something going on in America today? Hola, bon dia, Portugal. Today is the return of the Trump Day. Bon dia, Alegria Gumpas from T-Duck. Good to see you. Nice to have a chat with you earlier this morning as well. Good news about the music. Good morning, everyone, from Gemini. So, Gemini, thank you for joining us live in the chat here, because often I get a message from you, and thank you for those messages that you put on the videos themselves. Always grateful to receive any comments over on the YouTube channel, and great to see you live here in this environment as well. Bon dia, Colin Gumpers from a dull, mild Belfast, 8 degrees. But to turn colder this week, struggle to stay over 0 there in Northern Ireland. Lots of love to you and family Deagle. Bon dia, Portugal from João Ernesto de Nort, who can open his jaw as wide as he darn well likes at the moment. That's fantastic news, John. Bon dia, Gumpers from Mike and Karen in Miranda de Corvo as well. And Peter, bon dia, Alegria, burning all day today. I will smell like a frazzle by the end of it. Some say you normally do, Peter. But extra brushwood, smoky flavor, hickory flavored Peter later on today. So yeah, burning your brush, are you? Burning your old bush off, Peter. Bon dia Gumpers from Jackie as well. Right. So here we are, the Bon Dia Daily News, weather, language, culture, well-being here in Portugal. Got a few giggles from Stephen Wright, which we didn't get around to last week, and we still might not this morning. I think it's an interesting day. It's an interesting morning, and I want to take you to this Green and Red Monday idea. We'll do a bit of weather. Language and culture, I think we should probably leave to... we're never far away from language and culture, but we're certainly going to get a good smattering from Vitor and Maria Costa, who will be here at 8:40, and James here at 8:20, of course. But let me just go into this Green and Red Monday thing. And I am asking you for your 3 things you're grateful for about here in Portugal. Thank you very much. 3 things today. Cockerels in the morning. Who doesn't like? Tractors in the roadway and cobblestone streets. I feel my heart swelling a little bit in a good way with you enjoying that this morning, João Ernesto, up there in the north of Portugal. Cockerels in the morning, tractors in the roadway, and cobble streets. Very audio visual, very kinesthetic. Thank you very much there. And Douglas is, oh, you back in Portugal, especially for Green and Red Monday. Nice one, Doug, from Regrengos de Monserrat. That's Alentejo, is it not? We can't all keep our bush like you 70s proponents. We have trimmed 200 trees, and you wouldn't leave a Brazilian with all the hair around it, would you? I don't know what to say, Peter. But one thing I might say is that one of the things you're grateful for this morning as we celebrate Green and Red Monday. And I'm hoping this is going to be an annual tradition. Discover Wales. Bon dia from a damp peixe de Galish there. Well, Borada to you, Discover Wales. That's fantastic. What is going on? No sooner had I last week mentioned a Welsh invasion in the company here of Jackie, Doug, and Pedder. And Coach Turner, he's got a bit of Welsh in him as well. Doesn't like a bit of Welsh in them first thing in the morning. And do you know what? Discover Wales. If you are the National Welsh Tourist Board, please accept that with my compliments. Who doesn't like a bit of Welsh in them first thing in the morning? You can have that. Borada! And thank you very much for being here, Cariad, this morning. Right, where were we? We were, and it's damp over there as well. Thank you for your weather update. I'm not entirely surprised, I have to say. Damp in Wales? What? Right, over to the Portugal resident for today's news. No, not the Portuguese's 100% tax on non-EU residents' property purchases here in Portugal. He's suggesting, because of something he saw in a UK newspaper, who heard something from the guy down the pub, that Portugal might follow suit with Spain's plan to put a 100% tax on property purchases here on the Iberian Peninsula, on the Spanish side, and Portugal might follow suit. I don't think, if I may debunk and deflate that story a little bit, Portuguese, I don't think there's anything in it. It's all hot air. You should watch the video, of course. And you can take him to task direct tomorrow evening when I talk with him on Munson and the Geezer. And he's not the Messiah. He's definitely a very naughty boy. Right, let's bring onto the screen this Green and Red Monday idea. Now, for the last 2 years, maybe longer, I don't know. Oh, look, my new Speechify app, floating app, is on the screen. I can have AI read this to you, although I'm not entirely happy with AI. Let's see if this works. Oh, sign up to listen. I thought we already had. That's why the thing's on the screen. Well, you see, this is typical AI, isn't it? So much promise and so little in the delivery. Talking of AI, well, this is my avatar. I could have my avatar read this for you this morning. Facebook's version of AI. I mean, it's uncannily accurate. That's me, everybody, by the way. And then when you ask Grok, please show me pictures of Carl Munson, because I wanted to get a picture of myself draped in a Portuguese flag. I thought Grok could do that fairly simply. Here are your pictures, everybody, of Carl Munson. Please show a head and shoulders photo of Carl Munson of Good Morning Portugal. There he is. 4 different people, none of whom look like me, except they're all blokes with clean-shaven faces and not a massive amount of hair. Rubbish. Don't worry, AI's got a little way to go yet. Right, back to Green and Red Monday then. It's on the internet, it's in the paper, it must be true. And this is the main thrust and point, really, is on today of all days, we can see very clearly today of all days, especially in America, if we are choosing to be a victim or a creator. As the world occurs to you, are you in victimhood or are you in creative mode? I would have thought that was fairly obvious a choice, but it seems to dog mankind, doesn't it? Well, I suppose it's an issue for the ego each and every single moment of our lives, really, isn't it? Am I being a victim here of circumstances often that are being created by other people, like I'm about to do here, or am I being creative as I was a few days ago? Submitted it to the lovely Ines Lopes, the editor at Portugal resident, and she decided to run with it. And this is it. As Blue Monday 2025 looms with its self-fulfilling prophecy of gloom and doom. And this is what James took me to task about. Basically, the worst day of the year as a perfect storm. And today, some people, you see, some of the victims and some of the victim encouragers and supporters are calling it Blue Monday, not us, you notice. It's basically the worst day of the year in terms of financial, emotional, and sociological factors. But we're not tolerating it. And James has been brilliant on this. He's been a stand for keep your Blue Monday and stick it where the sun don't shine, because it often isn't on Blue Monday. And it had me thinking. And so, no, Segunda Azul is not for us Gumpers. Instead, prepare for and please partake in Green and Red Monday, a beacon of down-to-earth positivity and gratitude, shining for the rest of a potentially wallowing world to see. That's us. That's you right now, if you choose to pick up the baton and run with it. If all goes well, we, yes, us here, right here this morning, might go down in history as the people who from January the 21st onwards tomorrow had others ask, what's green and red and loved all over? And the answer will be Portugal, of course, with its enviable lifestyle and its antidote to the glum, the numb, and the inner grumpy bum. If your inner grumpy bum is vociferous this morning, just talk to it nicely as though it were your inner child, because that's what it is, really. The Blue Monday concept, though widely dismissed as pseudoscience or a PR stunt, I suspect endures because it is relatable and makes some sense in our own lived experience as complex human beings. And none of these things can work, can they? Unless we can relate to them in some sort of way. So thank you for that. Very good, picking up and running with the joke. Why did the red tomato turn green? It's almost a green and red Monday joke, because it saw the salad dressing. Thank you very much for that. Classic. Thank you very much there. And good morning to you, Bob and Viv. Back to Green and Red Monday. Nice try distracting me there, T-Duck. People can be brought down by seasonal affective disorder, and finances can be tighter when the new year begins. That's what Blue Monday is all about. Following possible overspending and indulgence in the preceding month, resolutions are made and broken, and high hopes may meet with down-to-earth realities, as has already been seen this year, right? Even in just the first few weeks of this anno novo. And of course, this of all years will be especially challenging for some American friends who can't even speak the name of their new president, let alone welcome him graciously into office on this very day, already dubbed the saddest day of the year. Not necessarily because of that. This by electrical and electronic retailers Wharton. They gave us the saddest day of the year idea, but they just want you to go and buy some white goods, don't they? Also consumer electronics, electricals, to cheer yourself up on such a day. They go on to explain that in English, the term blue is an expression. And I know what's coming, Peter, from your mind and mouth. In English, the term blue is an expression used to express discouragement and unhappiness. Although when I was a boy, and Peter will remember and remind us now, it also referred to a certain kind of movie upon which we need not dwell this morning. And our Democrat Party supporting acquaintances will most certainly not be having a Blue Monday, will they? It's a Red Monday in America. The creation of this day only took place in 2005, Wharton remind us, but the expression Blue Monday was already used long before that date. One example, New Order's song, of course. And, they took that, apparently, 1983, they took their inspiration from an illustration by Kurt Vonnegut in the book Breakfast for Champions. And the main character in Breakfast for Champions, or Breakfast of Champions, I beg your pardon, is Hertie. And there was a Fats Domino tune in 1957 called Blue Monday as well. Now, we've just seen in Portugal a Blue Monday festival as well. I think that's just finished. And that was a Lindy Hop and blues dancing festival. They were all about freeing us from the blues. So nice start, Portugal, when it comes to get thee back Blue Monday. So it is a thing, more or less, and what remains is the effort of shunning its worst effects and taking evasive action. How then not to worry and be happy when the whiff of misery hangs heavy in the air with so many invitations to subscribe to the negative vibe? So it's Gumpers, friends, Romans, countrymen, Portuguese people, join us and subscribe to the positive vibe here this morning. And staying with US politics and culture for a moment, if you're looking for a bit of a giggle, here you can see your new ambassador, Americans. He is the one, he's leading the way when it comes to Green and Red Monday. He's got a lovely green tunic on, a green elf outfit, and red hair, Nice start, João Arrigo, or John Arrigo, who is the new. He must be starting today as well. I think the recumbent, or the formerly recumbent, resigned, moved on yesterday, and John Arrigo should be here in Portugal. Oh no, he'll be at the inauguration presumably, and be flying over to Portugal. And there he is. What a cracking start to putting a smile on our faces. There he is. He's also the vice president and does that say general manager? Not anymore. He's not. I don't think he's going to be doing both jobs anymore. He is a car dealer in Florida. You can find out more if you want to buy a car in Florida off the now Portuguese ambassador. John Arrigo is your man, and there he is, putting a smile on our faces there. The green and red I speak of, however, are those featured in the Portuguese national flag, as you can see behind me now, as I tried to get AI to generate me draped in a Portuguese flag, emblematic and respectful of this country's past. Vermelho red, that's the past, whilst remaining optimistic about the future. Verde, green. This is the kind of message the world needs on a Blue Monday when down in the dumps. Let's not only personify these values, bold, loud, and proud, like the other national Trevor, the Barcelos cockerel would. And that's what John's grateful for. Don't forget to keep these things you're grateful for coming in. The Barcelos cockerel. Cockerels have been mentioned already. Join me, friends, and share what you love about life here in that logically impossible way that the Portuguese have of having pride and humility in each individual heart, wherever they happen to be stationed in the world. Tell the world how grateful you are to be here, not to annoy or gloat, but to strike a chord of contentment and hold the line of levity, friends. Hold the line of levity, such that others whose domes may drop today on Blue Monday might know where to return when their weary heads can be lifted once more. Go ahead and partake fully and freely in our gift to the world's mental health with Green and Red Monday by sending your pictures. In this context this morning, it's probably easier if you haven't got a picture of something you're grateful for here in Portugal. Just send me the three things. Put the three things you're grateful for on the screen. But you can send me pictures and videos to 913-590-303, which I encourage and welcome you to do every day. Anyway, and whilst we're holding the line of levity, on a serious and psychotherapeutic note, if you're finding this time of the year tough, when the shortest days can the colder weather and damp conditions, plus a notable lack of Portuguese sunshine, do join us on the Good Morning Portugal show every day. And I hear James joining us in the background there. We can't guarantee to cheer you up when you join us here in the mornings, but because I think happiness is an inside job, right? But we will do our best, as will the regulars who tune in. That's you folks, you gumpers, and we will endeavor every morning here, not just this morning of Green and Red Monday, but we'll do our best to share the lighter side of life with you and provide some fertile soil in which your joy beans can germinate and grow. And who doesn't like to have their fertilized joy beans watered, delicately tended to? That's how we roll here on Good Morning Portugal. And that's what Green and Red Monday is all about. Your three things that you're grateful for. Please keep them coming in. That, my friends, is Green and Red Monday. Read all about it in the Portugal Resident online. I can do the link for that if you want to send that to other people around the world. And we're going to find out what James makes of my reframe of Blue Monday into Green and Red Monday in just a moment. He is a big advocate of gratitude, of course, and he may share with us his three favorite things. Wales is beautiful. It's about Portugal, everybody, this morning. What's going on here? We're having a Welsh infiltration. God only knows what infiltration is in Welsh. It's probably a very long word indeed. But it's interesting what's going on here. I've had a few holidays in Wales as well, Gemini. Most of the sheep, yes, think Wales, think sheep. Around here have a bit of Welsh in. No, Peter. Get more rain than Wales does here in central Portugal. The difference is we get sun. Bob and Bev, morning to you. Bon dia todos. Speaking of Wales, we'll be visiting our Welsh son-in-law as well. Of course, visiting Viv's daughter. The Welsh need all the financial help they can get this time of year. Oh, lambing season means a CSA payments will be coming soon. Thank you for that. Why did the red tomato turn green joke? Because it's all the salad dressing, of course. And, of course, the Welsh flag is red and green too. Yes, that's great, isn't it? The red dragon. Now that's a banner, says Pedder there. Hugh's in now, morning. This is the day. You see, he's choosing not to be a victim. Oh, is he? I mean, this is the day in America, isn't it? Where you've got somebody new upon which you can put all your blame and negativity, or you can project your savior that the Savior is here. Hallelujah. And to me, that's two sides of the victim thing. You know, like someone else will make me happy, possibly. Or are we going to go for the creative route, folks? Bom dia, gambas. Feliz segunda. Todos como foi. Oh, he can say that himself in just a moment. The comments are coming in. We'll come back to some of those. I just want to do, James, I want to do the weather very quickly, if I may, because the temperature's gone up. Hold your horses, mate. And let's just have a very quick look, because that's what the Bon Dia Daily is all about. News, weather, culture, language. We'll come back to Maria and to Vitor for that. And a bit of well-being. We will do that. I'll finish with that this morning. But just a quick scan of the weather then, if I bring that onto the screen for you to see. Out with the lovely Sarah Davy last night. Spartan FX, of course, is who are about weather. Not literally. I mean, Spartan FX aren't controlling the weather nor the currency. But the weather today brought to you courtesy of Spartan FX. 16 degrees, the high in Lisbon. Might be a bit rainy, but this rain, the return of the rain, is bringing some milder weather, some milder temperatures, as you can see there. 12 degrees in Porto. Coimbra, 10 degrees, 13 the high there. Faro, 17 the high. It's all creeping up. Spring is just around the corner. Braga, 10 degrees with a high of 12. So rainy, but milder. Let's play his theme tune, shall we? And bring him on and see what he makes of my reframe of the Blue Monday into the green and red.
Bom dia!
Bom dia, verde vermelho, amigo. Tudo bem?
Muito bem, obrigado.
Muito bem, obrigado.
Muito bem, sim.
See,
Não é?
It's Good Morning Portugal. Let me just change up them banners on the screen there. Comments, please, in the chat.